What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com coming to you for January the 7th, Tuesday morning. And this is take number 57, it seems like. Don't know what's going on with the system, but I've got to figure it out before I go live. This is at least the fifth take I've tried to do on this video now. And every time I get to about that 4-minute mark, it just throws me an error code and stops. So I don't know what it is. So I'm going to try to fly through this video to make sure I get you a free play, announce something really cool that we've got going on. I think it'll be an industry first, and I think it'll get some people excited. I've asked some long-term clients of mine their thoughts on it, and this got brought up by a client of mine. So I'll kind of give you the rundown of that real quick. Yesterday, free play. Get mad if you want to about it. If you actually listened to my breakdown and then tuned into the live show yesterday afternoon, I told you there was one of two options. The game would not be decided by 2 points in favor of West Virginia. It was either going to be a blowout or Oklahoma State was going to win outright at home. I took the chance with Oklahoma State. You may not have agreed with me due to rankings and the way that West Virginia's played recently, and then on the flip side, the way Oklahoma State's played. But there are about 6 key stats that get broken down into whether or not I'll keep breaking a game down further. There are a little over 65 stats that you can take into a scouting report involving the game of basketball. There were 54% of those gave the edge to Oklahoma State. 5 out of the 6 key statistics also in favor of Oklahoma State. But again, statistics don't mean much if they don't go out there and execute what they need to do to actually win the game. Offensively, or defensively, I should say, for Oklahoma State, they absolutely did their job. Hats off to them. Even though we know that Bob Huggins, being in the Big 12, West Virginia is always known as an offensive team. Bob Huggins is among the few defensive-minded coaches in the Big 12. And yesterday, I think I saw West Virginia play the best defense, not only as a whole, but team defense that I've seen a Bob Huggins team play in a long time. And that's saying a lot because they're usually good. And they took care of business, and they blew them out. I don't regret being on the side of Oklahoma State other than the fact that it lost. You know why? Because I follow the numbers, I follow the system. It's proven to win. Sometimes it just doesn't come through. So I'm going to be going with another underdog today in the NBA. The numbers match it. If you don't want to follow it, you don't have to. But if you go back and look at videos for the past month, 6 months, year, 2 years, we dropped free plays, guys. But go back and watch the last 20 and tell me that if you would have followed every single one, you're not profitable. Go back and watch the last 100. So anyway, that did not come through yesterday. If anybody watched the football game from last night, I've got to give hats off to the way that the Ragin' Cajuns played late. First half, I want to say I was a little disappointed in defensively the way they played and allowed a team that has had trouble scoring all year, not score at will, but get into the position where they could score. That right there was the reason that the game was decided by 10 points instead of being decided by 4 touchdowns. So, guys, we'll bounce back from it today. It was a very slim card yesterday. We've got a big selection of college basketball today, nice conference play, and some stuff that I really like. For an announcement of what we're going to do, we did the 5 for 50 yesterday. It was a first-time thing. Good success with it. Congrats to everybody that jumped up. Got some new people in there. That's what the goal of it was to get some new first-timers in here. And hopefully over the next 5 days, you will enjoy your time, make good money, just follow the system, and we'll see you for something longer term. So anyway, to get into the contest that we're going to be doing, now pay close attention because you have to know, number one, how to enter, how to win, and what the prizes are going to be. So what this is going to be is I was having dinner with a client of mine last week. He came into town. He was doing some business about 30 minutes from where I live, so he called me and he was like, hey, let's grab dinner. I was like, all right, perfect. And he's been with me for a long time now. Since previous endeavors, and his subscription is getting ready to expire, so he was talking about wanting to go ahead and re-sign up now to get it out of the way. We were discussing it, And this is one of my particular clients that, he makes good money. He does. He started out with a $10,000 bankroll, and then he built it back up because he built it up beyond that because he wanted to bet about 3 times a game. Now he's betting anywhere between 20 and 25 dimes a game because of what he's built over the last 2 years. He makes a great income. This is something that he makes just as good of an income with, and it requires him no work. It requires him to sign up and then log into his betting accounts every day and take about 15 minutes to log his wagers. That's it. That's what this is designed to do, is to be a secondary income that doesn't require any of your time. You've got to follow the system, though, guys, because it's not 100%. It's not with anyone. It never will be with anyone. I don't care the Vegas Daves of the world that want to tell you that, they've never lost back-to-back days. They hit 85%. Guys, I've got numbered proof that I'm hitting over 70% in the NHL and have been for the whole season. Guess what? That's a long damn way from 85. And I don't expect to get to 85. It's just not possible. If it was, I think I would have already figured out a way to do it. Anyway, he was like, what can I pay you just to have a lifetime subscription? And that kind of threw me for a loop. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, I want to pay you an amount, name a number, and I never want to do it again. I want to be done forever. He said, I'm retiring in 5 years. He said, I'll still continue to wager after that to make sure that I have a ton of money to play with. He said, but I don't want to do this every year. I don't want to have to worry about when it's going to expire. I don't want to have to do any of that. Plus, he knows over time prices will rise at some point. And he's just like, I just want to do it and be done with it. So we started talking about it, brainstorming, and I said, I can't put a price on that. It's impossible, because either I'm going to end up shooting myself in the foot. I'm not going to sit there and charge you $100,000 right now, and then something happened and you, God forbid, die in a year. And I'm not going to charge you $20,000, and I'm sitting here in a few years going, damn, this wasn't worth it. Because what I charge for a year, truthfully, financially, isn't worth me giving out information for a year. There's a reason where if you bought everything separately, you paid 19 grand. I sell it for 4 because I want to see who's willing to spend that money up front so I can give them that 100% one-on-one service, because they are the ones wanting to take it seriously like a business and make sure that they provide a true secondary, if not true income. So I was like, you know what, I can't do this, but this is what I am going to do because it got my wheels turning. I don't know of anyone in the industry that's done it. So I charge $4 grand for a 1-year all access pass. Plenty of people, buy that. They love it, and they're happy to spend the money every year on it because they know what their return on investment is going to be because they follow the system. I'm going to run a contest. A year pass is $4 grand. This contest is going to be $3 grand. And I'm going to pick 3 winners. Those 3 winners are going to be able to pay $3 grand and not only get a year, they're going to have an unlimited lifetime subscription. There will be no expiration date. You get every play, every sport, Patrick's NASCAR, every game of the week, game of the month, game of the year, futures prediction. If it gets released on ChaseWins.com, you get it until the day I retire, which I can promise you isn't going to be within the next decade. You get it for $3 grand. Less than what you would pay to get a year of service. And one more thing. I am going to Vegas in February. I'm going to spring training in February. Mesa, Arizona for the Chicago Cubs. I'm also going to check out some other spring training camps while in the area. And then I'm going out to Vegas for 3 days to do a little work and have a couple of meetings to finalize 2 people that I'm going to be hiring. One that does nothing but golf. One that does nothing but horses. These 2 guys have a combined almost 40 years experience in the industry. They're well known, well documented, and when I announce their names, it will come as no surprise as to who these people are. You will be getting their service as well. No questions asked. No expiration date. If I bring on other cappers in the future that do the sports that I do, second to baseball, because that'll never happen, you're going to get theirs too. You don't have to pay anything. This is how you're going to have to win, guys. Tonight, the Oklahoma City Thunder play the Brooklyn Nets. I'm going to give you a free play on it. You, in the comments below, are going to have to tell me the score of the game. What Oklahoma City is going to score and what Brooklyn's going to score. The 3 people to get closest to it will win. If you guess the correct score, or if there are multiple people to guess the correct score, the first 3 that do it are going to be the winners. But there's one other thing you have to do for me. I'm going to be posting this contest on Twitter. It's going to be called the Lifetime Subscription Promotion. You have to retweet it for me. Retweet it. There you go. You do those 2 things, you win it. For $3,000, you get a lifetime subscription of anything that ever comes out of my site. Now, here's the thing, guys. I run contests all the time. I get a ton of people that enter that really want this thing. And then I also get a few stragglers that come through that have no interest in doing anything like this. I tell people, like, hey, I'm going to be giving away a month's package for $50. And I'll have people enter, and I'll do it. We'll pick the winner, and I'll go through and say, congratulations. You want to go, oh, no, man, I don't buy sports picks, but good luck, though. Then why'd you enter? That's fine. I don't care. But now it's just a waste of time because now I got to go through, redo it all, and find, there are people that want this, guys. Save it for them. So if you are truly interested, sign up, man. If you know people that are interested, get them to sign up. I don't know if this light's going on. What's going on with this webcam? But if you're not interested, save it for the people that are. It's my only request. So make sure you do that. Tell me who's going to score, what they're going to score, and we're going to pick a winner, and we're going to do it tonight. I'll announce them tomorrow. But if you enter this thing, be prepared to get reached out to tonight if you win. Oklahoma City Thunder, Brooklyn Nets. Oklahoma City is favored by 2. Oklahoma City has been, in my opinion, been on the best uptick in the league. Brooklyn Nets have been on kind of a downward spiral here for the past couple of weeks. Obviously, Kyrie being out, them having some key pieces. But again, like I'll say it, they play better without him. It's been proven because they don't have a ball hog out there. Tonight, I feel as though when you factor in rest, when you factor in home court, and you factor in the way that Brooklyn actually matches up to OKC fairly well from a perimeter defensive standpoint, I think that Brooklyn is the team that should be favored here. Not by a lot. I think that Brooklyn should have come into this game favored by about 2 or 2.5. But being at home catching 2, I see a couple of 2.5s out there. I'll take that. I don't think we're getting a ton of value on the money line, only getting $1.10. I would honestly rather lay the $1.05 and catch 2.5 points. Just in the off chance it does come down to the wire and maybe OKC, sneaks out a last-second 3 to go up by a point or 2 to win the game. But I'm going to take Brooklyn, as I think in this particular spot, everything matches up situationally with the way the teams match up, period. Factor in a little bit of rest and home court. I think that the line is backwards. I think that it should be Brooklyn -2 and not OKC -2. Guys, if you've been following me for the last week, you know that in the past week alone, the dogs have been absolutely barking. Well, I think we've only lost 1 or 2 underdog plays, one being the free play yesterday. But I'm confident in this play. I've already locked it in, so I want you to as well. Throw me your comments down there. I want a ton of action on this promo, guys. It's something that I'm never going to do again. I think it's an industry first, and I'm excited. And like I said, I'm charging just enough to cover the fees and everything so it doesn't physically cost me money out of my pocket. And I'm going to have the first lifers in the business. I can't wait, guys. Thank you all for what you do for me. I will be going live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, so about 2.5 hours from now. We'll go over some more free plays. I'll lock some more premiums in by then. We'll go over more details of the contest if you need it, and anything else you want to talk about for about an hour, hour and a half. So Brooklyn Nets +2, 2.5 if you can get it. Right now, 5 Dimes has it at 2.5. So lock that in, guys, and I will see you back tomorrow to announce the winners. Thanks, guys.